Hey everyone, this is Luminous coming to you guys with a Pro Dota commentary. This commentary is affiliated with DC, and for more commentaries content, check us out on DotaCommentaries.com. Today I'm going to bring you a game between Shift and Moscow 5 or Garage. Now, I know I promised that I will do a 2-game series between Tyloo and LGD. I'm going to do it eventually, but tonight I was a little tired. Today was the conclusion of the DC tournament, and I watched a lot of games, or ref a lot of games, cast a lot of games, so I just feel a little bit tired. Played a couple games as well, so I just want to chill back. Don't want to do such a strategic focus game, so I'm gonna do this game from the European scene, and I'm sure you guys are reviewing out there. A little bit of a good break from the Chinese games. It's not that bad as well. So we have Shift on Sentinel, Kuhn on the Shaker, Women played by Rise, Synderen on the Venge, Angel on Miguel, and then no, Angel and Miguel, that sounds a little bit wrong. Angel on the Anti-Mage, Miguel playing the Clockwork. Me on Scourge, we have Light of Heaven on the Morphling, Visage is an NS. AA is being played by AA, R-Style. Not R-Style, Arzart. G-God on the Storm Spirit, and then Venomancer being played by Leffos TS. And I don't know what this match is for. Maybe it's just for a, I don't think this is a scrim, so it's for some tournament, but it wasn't a really highly place match. But they do have an anti-mage, and I think I was talking about how anti-mage does sort of alright against the Morphling, especially if you could burn his mana. Morphling, like I said, very mana intensive here, especially when he's morphing to escape. So if you could burn 64 mana per hit, and his anti-mage has a really fast attack animation, you can get rid of a lot of mana, so that is going to be good. Let's see if they're going to match up on the tri lane. We are going to have, I think, a Windrunner versus an AA at top lane, and then a, are we going to have an anti-mage at mid? These lanes are really messed up. We might have a dual lane mid of some sort, and a roaming Shaker, because this anti-mage is not budging from the mid lane. Or maybe we're going to have a Windrunner solo mid. It has been pretty popular in the Chinese scene. No, looks like Windrunner's going to stay top. We're going to do a solo mid anti-mage, maybe somehow with these supports are warding here and there. And looks like the Scourge was a little bit afraid of a Shaker backstab. This ward means that the Scourge is expecting a tri lane on the top lane, and then the Shaker will be roaming to gank mid. So this ward will protect the mid solo for the Scourge from ganking mid. But it looks like Sentinel has dropped 2 wards over here, and then another 2 wards. So very high ward investment right off the bat, and they don't want anything to be pulling. I think the Scourge, the Sentinel was also expecting the tri lane to be top, but it looks like both teams are a little bit wrong. And we're going to have a tri lane mid. The Shaker's going to be grabbing some runes, and these anti-mages are going to be farming off. It looks like we're going to have some transition. The Visage is going to come in with those illusion runes. And we'll see, because the anti-mage will do pretty well against both the Storm and the Morphling. His ult will just do a ridiculous amount of damage. So I like this pick from Synderen. I'm assuming he did the picks, and looks like they're going to do some initiation. They're going to be a stun as well. The mana burn is coming, a lot of damage, but no anti-mage. It's going to just get raped by the NS. A lot of high concentrated DPS being brought down by those illusions. So that was not the exactly best gang. They used 3 heroes, and they weren't able to get anything, and they actually lost the anti-mage. Me on the bot lane here, we have a Clockwork at level 2 against a Venomancer and a Morphling. I like this dedication of keeping a Visage in mid, and then having the Venomancer by himself, because the Venomancer by himself, he could keep the Clockwork back, and then the Morphling could get his free farm on. Meanwhile, of course, the Visage is helping out, and you saw that he just helped to get the first blood. I'm not too sure how this tri lane is going to work out, because the XP is going to be very limited, at least compared to the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is going to hit 6 compared to Anti-Mage a lot quicker. But having a tri lane at mid also means that you can get some very easy and early kills on the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit won't have his escape mechanism till he hits level 6, so it's not going to be pretty for him. And looks like the rune has been spotted on bottom, and the Venomancer is going to pick it. So that might be cue for them to go for another push, and we are going to go for, no, they're not going to go for the Storm Spirit. A lot of mana being just kind of, well, I don't want to say wasted, but a good block, and this is what they need. And I think a Garage God might be going down. No, this anti-mage has to jump back because he's very low. And I think the Venomancer is going to be coming in. Venomancer might get a Gale on the anti-mage. He is not going to do it. I think the Sentinel, yeah, I think the Sentinel just saw it right now. No, they're going to go for the Shaker. Shaker might be, oh, no, Shaker. It's okay right now. So I'm not too sure whether this tri lane is going to work out fine. I mean, they are making the the Scourge pulling 3 heroes right now, but I think they're going to go for a kill. If they could grab the Shaker, that would be the best choice, because Shaker, if you initiate on any other hero, then the Shaker could just easily Fisher, and that would be the end of your gank. But if you grapple the Shaker, and he will take a Gale, and it looks like he's going to go for a Gale, there you go, but I don't think, yeah, that was unfortunate. Now we're going to have a Stomp, and no, unfortunately, not enough damage. Anti-Mage is one of the higher DPS carry in the early stage of the game, but he's only level 2 right now, and that's kind of the problem of having a trialing anti-mage. You need that level, and generally in a legit trialing, you will want your support to kind of go in the woods and scare the Scourge away. But now these guys are soaking a lot of anti-mages XP, and we'll see how it plays out. Anti-mage, in my opinion, and I'm not too sure many of you agree here, I believe anti-mage is kind of a mid-game DPS and a semi-carry hero. I see a lot in a lot of pub games, and sometimes in a lot of pro games, they put the anti-mage in a very like late game carry scenario, and I just don't think it works out, because if you think about it, his best skill, which I believe is the mana break, it's a constant. It scales constantly. Like it's not a percentage skill, and it won't get any stronger. It looks like we're gonna have Shaker trying to get a gank on this AA, and let's see if they can get a good Shackle shot. AA is staying away from the creeps, and we're gonna have a somewhat good block. Shackle shot. No Shackle shot just yet. I'm not too sure. Was Rise Shackle shot on cooldown? No, I don't think so. Maybe because they didn't go for it because it wasn't a perfect block. But AA had an entire force behind him, so I'm not too sure what that was about. But going back to the anti-mage, I believe he's a semi-carry in the mid-game because plus 64 is the highest you get with the mana burn. And you're going to get a lot of plus damage with the mana burn. And yeah, you can go very late-game carry items such as a Butterfly, MKB on him. But, I mean, if you put an MKB and Butterfly on any hero, they could sort of carry as well. And I don't think Anti-Mage is that kind of carry. He can chase very well with his Blink. He does a lot. He has a good, strong mid-game ult with the Mana Void, especially, again, against the Storm Spirit, against the Morphling. So I feel like, and there's really no way your Anti-Mage is going to outcarry a Morphling in the later stage of the game. So I feel like, I think shift picking this Anti-Mage is going to go for more late-game strat, or mid-game strat, excuse me. And they might have the mid-game strat cut out for him because they are facing against AA, which is really good against melee heroes. Especially if Anti-Mage is starting to right-click a hero, you could drop a Cold Feet on him and then make him decide, do you want to keep attacking and get stunned, or do you want to just back off? In either case, you know, it's pretty good. And it looks like, oh, they're going to try to get a kill on the Storm Spirit, and Storm Spirit gets a pull though, and Storm Spirit might be going back. I think a lot of nuke damage being dumped on the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage does have the Ring of Health, and can they get a kill on God? No, God pops the wand, and that's going to be okay. He does have a full bottle as well. So far this mid lane is just not really working out too well. Oh, don't get your salve cancel. Salve gets blinked. Very good move by Angel, saving that salve. That salve is just really important in terms of getting that restorative. And now he's back in HP. I think the Scourge Sentinel can play a little bit more aggressive again. They do have another magic missile in the bank, and I think they should be going for the Visage. I mean, Visage, does he have Cloak yet? He doesn't have Cloak yet. And the reason I think it's going for the Visage is a little bit better is because if you go into the Storm will just lay Remnant. You can see that the Remnant is just dealing quite a bit of damage on the Anti-Mage. And I think Storm Spirit level 5, and he will hit 6 relatively quickly. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, checking 13-1 on the Clockwork. Clockwork close to 6 as well, so he is doing a really good job. Meanwhile, this Venomancer not doing the proper job in terms of denying the XP on the Clockwork. Maybe, not too sure if Live Heaven is just not creep equilibriuming good enough. But this Clockwork already hitting such a high level. He's kind of got the lane. I mean, of course, he's not keeping the Morphling from farming. Morphling, by the way, got 27 CS. But that's not what really is Clockwork's job. Clockwork just need to get some EXP so he can hit level 6 and try to, you know, prevent your tower from getting pushed. And so far, he's doing a good job on both of them. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, Shaker's been roaming. I'm not too sure he has been getting every single rune. And looks like he might be going for a top gang. Looks like Garaj has been pinging. They know the Shaker's coming up. Yeah, they do have a war spotting it out. And we'll see though, because once the Storm Spirit, once he hits 6, he will be probably playing a little bit more aggressive. But then that might just play into the hands of Scourge, as we see. Ooh, failed attempt on killing the Clockwork. Clockwork very low, and he is going to turn back. No, maybe he was just bottled up. But going back to the Storm Spirit engagement on top lane here, this Shaker might be in trouble. Oh, it's going to hit the Shaker as well, and I think Shaker is going to go down. Good job by AA picking up a kill on the Shaker. Now, Miguel might be in trouble. Miguel need to cog. Can he cog? He is not cogging. No, he's actually going for the battery, so going in for the kill. He might get the kill with the assistant of the tower. No, tower. Oh, tower. One more hit. 5 HP on the Necrotic. Is anyone going to be teleporting in? No. And I think this Necrotic should be okay. Yeah, his teammate is going to bail him up, so very, very lucky from the Necrotic for living through that. Headdress definitely saved his life. Now, without the assistance of his Visage is Stormsturt. It might get a kill on the anti-mage. No, he's fine. Stormsturt hitting level 6, and I was saying earlier, Stormsturt hitting level 6 might allow him to be a little bit more aggressive, but that might play into Sentinel's hand. I think the Sentinel like really wants the Storm to zip in, and if you get a magic missile and then just focus him to drain all his mana, then he's basically sitting ducks in enemy territory. So I mean, that's kind of the plan, but whether it will work out, I don't know. Anti-Mage has 28 creep kills. That is not going to buy him too much of anything. He should be able to get the boots, but he gone Ring of Hell for a little bit more regen. It looks like AA is doing quite well, 36 and 13 compared to 21 and 2. So I believe Rise is getting a little bit of LCS on every single lane. Morphling is LCSing the clock. Top lane looks like the Windrunner is losing to AA as well. I believe the AA does... I believe Windrunner has the advantage against the AA lane due to the fact that Windrunner has a better nuke and force a better animation as well. But I haven't been playing too much time on AA, but he pulled it off, so good job to him. Meanwhile, there's more action going on the clock. Clock needs to be careful. He is going to level 7. One thing I think Miguel could be doing a little bit better is keeping a teleportation scroll. The Clockwork is one of the best counter ganking hero, especially against a hero that's as mobile as a Stormstrait, or maybe a Venomancer or anything like that. Or excuse me, Venomancer is not mobile. The Morphling is very mobile. But if you have a TP scroll and if Storm and Spirit is going to be ganking anywhere, you could just hook, just try to go in and then do a good counter gan. It looks like this Clockwork might be in trouble. He's trying to get a kill on the Morphling. Morphling might be morphing the strength, and it looks like this Clock might be going. No, he's gonna go for the kill on the Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven is gonna go down, but trading a kill like that is always a Clock for Morphling, good at every single stage of the game. So very good play by Miguel. A lot of Clockwork would have just stayed back and try to farm passively, but no, he went in and gone for the kill. No, we have a teleportation coming back. This is Rise, so he might be trying to give up the lane or maybe do a lane switch with the Clockwork, or maybe that's signaling that Miguel's going to be ganking soon. So in either case, it's going to be good. Now we have the Visors coming in. They're going to focus on the Venge, and Venge is going to go down before he does anything. The AO is not going to hit Angel. Angel is going to just teleport out. And no, it looks like Stormsturt with the haste rune is going to just run amok. No, he's going to be fine. Stormsturt, by the way, has an arcane boots. Interesting. I have seen this in 1 or 2 games, and I mean, arcane boots, it's okay. But I think I still prefer treads in this case because Stormsturt is really dependent on the bottle. So if you get like a full bottle charge, and if you have treads, you can always switch to the strength treads and then heal up and then switch back to in treads. So in there you get a little bit more mana regen that way. Of course, the arcane boots give you a lot of mana. Looks like Stormsturt might be zipping forward for the Shaker. Can they kill the Shaker though? No, he doesn't dodge the Fisher, and that is what that's so good about the Clock is ganking from afar, and that's why he needs to have the TP scroll, and he does. So really good. Being at the right place at the right time is Miguel, and he is gonna pick up a kill on the Stormsturt. Very good. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage finally hits level 6, has a Vanguard finish as well, but only with the Vanguard finish, he's only at almost 1k HP, and he needs to be careful because this Visage nukes very hard, and especially if they could isolate him, and it looks like they're going to get, a little bit of miscommunication from Sentinel. No, that's fine, because good chain stun from the Shaker, canceling one of the stun, and Raid by Angel pops the O for that kill. I don't think that O was necessary, but I think he wanted to ensure it so that he gets a kill. So I guess that's, I suppose that's alright. That is going to help him get a quick boost of speed. Now, treads is usually the standard item on the Anti-Mage, but I have seen phase boots. I think Stars Boba, Anti-Mage play phase boot Anti-Mage, or was it Yamate's Anti-Mage? Regardless, what that phase boot allows you to do is chase even better. I mean, you already have the blink, but phase boot chase is going to just make it a lot better. And again, if Shift is deciding to play that mid-game anti-mage, I think the phase boot might not be a bad choice, as we see the Stormsturt might be in trouble, or the Windrunner might be in trouble. We're going to see a zip here, but no, he is going to windrun. He is windrunning right now, and it looks like this Windrunner just goes down. Good ganks from that Stormsturt, and that is exactly what you need. I think that Scourge is going to transition into a push, and usually if you have a good mid-game solo like a Shadow Fiend, if the Stormsturt leaves your lane, then you're going to take down the mid tower. However, Anti-Mage as a hero can't really do that. Like he's gonna just right click as fast as he can, but he can't nuke down an entire creep wave in 2 seconds like a Shadow Fiend can. So I think like they are gonna lose this tower at the bot as Sentinel, and I think one of these heroes will be just teleporting back to the mid to defend that tower as well. So in that exchange, I believe Scourge went really ahead. They got a kill, they got a tower, and they're not gonna lose one in the mid as well. So Scourge got the tower, and Stormstrider comes back. They might need to glyph this for now. I don't even need to glyph it. They're fine. A teleportation coming in. Are we gonna have Stormstrider zip in? Oh, comes in as well though. They should get these. Yeah, Avenge is gonna go down. So Cinder is gonna bite the dust once again. God picks up the kill, and that is gonna help out on his BKB build. I think at least BKB should be his next item. Of course, BKB does nothing for you if you're getting right clicked by the anti-mage, but you kind of want that insurance so that you don't get stunned by the Venge or the clock or anything like that. It looks like a clock might be going in for a kill on the Ancient Aberration. Ancient Aberration knows, and he is going to pop the one. He needs to be careful. Maybe he's trying to bait out a teleportation or two. Bait out the clockwork or whatnot, so his team make a TP in, but looks like the the Sentinel team did not fall for it. And still a Vanguard only on the Anti-Mage. Let's see how Anti-Mage is going to go. 450. I think he's going to go for Boots of Speed as we see a couple of pings going on. I missed a kill on Rice again. Rice died to the Morphling. They might be going kill on the Venomancer. Venomancer is going to go down. Tower focus on him as well. Let's see. Yes, Rape by Angel uses ult once again to ensure the last hit. I don't think that's bad choice. Now Stormstrider is going to be zipping. He is going to get a kill on the Vengeful Spirit. Now AA is in trouble as well. And that might have been, I mean, if you had the ult right there, you'd have definitely popped the Stormstrider like easy, because he was missing like 700 mana. So, but he got a kill, so regardless, it's doing very good. Let's just check out how CS is doing on everyone. 43 on the Stormstrider, which I have to say that's usually a little bit under I guess the usual level of farm, but he has been ganking very actively. 3-1, and I'm pretty sure he has a couple of assists as well. He has 4 assists, 3-1 and 4. That is the score you want your Stormstrider to have. Meanwhile, the Anti-Mage has 53 creep kills, and he is going to bring himself a tread and a 1, so he has been pretty good gold. And let's see how the Morphling's doing. Always good to check if Morphling's fine. Morphling has 60 on creep kills, but it looks like he is going to go for a Yasha first. And I'm not too sure whether he's going to go for that A20 build. I think A20 did it, which is Yasha into a Scotty. Has been a little bit more popular than nowadays. But Light of Heaven, and I think... Oh, Rape by Angel just went down, so I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not too sure how they actually killed it. It was the pink. And no, they're going to get a kill on the Visage. Visage under tower fire. And can they get a kill? Fisher is there as well, though. So, man, this game is just really action-packed. 6-12 in favor of Scourge. Off the back of that Stormstrider, just getting so many active ganks. But I don't feel like the Scourge team is that far ahead. I mean, they do have one tower up. They are one tower up, but I think a really good indication whether you're winning or losing the game is tower count. And great ganks, but a good force to F. But a quick quick rocket to pick him up. I think AA is going to go down as well. Good ganking off the clockwork, and you can see why European players love to play that clockwork so much more offensively than the Chinese do. And I'm not too sure whether because the Chinese have very good map winners, but I never see clockwork being as effective in a Chinese game, but in European games or in, I guess, North American games, Clockwork is just such a beast of hero. And I think Miguel is one of the best Clockwork players out there. We have Stormstrider coming in. Can he get a deny? He's trying. No, he's not going to get it. As we see, Miguel picks it up. A teleportation gets canceled as well. And that mana burn on him is not going to be pretty. Anyways, yeah, I played against Miguel. I think Miguel and Angel came to one of our DC talks. And I laned solo against Miguel. He was playing Clockwork. I was playing Silver, and I thought I had the advantage, and I believe I do. Silver, I mean, maybe not level 1, but level 3 or 5. I think Silver should have the advantage, but Miguel just raped me so hard. And what I remember from that game was, oh, you know, we have Silver, we have really good late game hero. I think we had a Potom as well and something like that. And the latest hero on the Scourge, which is Miguel and Angel's team, they had like a Shaker and a Clockwork. That's it. That was their late game carry, and the game went like 50 minutes. But Miguel in that game was just absolutely everywhere ganking. And so, you know, I guess in lower level games you don't always need the hardest carry. You could just outplay your opponent like that. And that long-winded story is me trying to say, well, I have first-hand experience of getting raped by Miguel's Clockwork. He's just he seems like he's always in the right place at the right time, which is always a good trademark of a good player. Good players are usually like at the right place at the right time. It's not just lucky. Of course, Dota has something to do with luck, but good players always know where to be. They can always expect the where the action is going to be taking place. And it looks like they're going to try to get a tower push going on, but a lot of teleportation going to admit. Let's see who's Stormstorm is going to be focusing. Clockwork, here we go. He's going to try to initiate. He is going to get one. Stormstorm is going to get pick off the Stormstorm. Stormstorm is going to pick off the Vengeance. I think Clock might be going down as well. No, he picks off the Visor. He might be alive though. No, Anti-Mage supports in as well, and you can see that Anti-Mage does not do really well against the AA, because AA could just drop his Kofi and just force you away. A lot of wards, a lot of familiars just going about. Anti-Mage comes in, drops the ult, and they are going to get another good chase on the Anti-Mage. But no, Stormstorm is going to try to get a kill on the Shaker. Shaker is going to go down to a couple more right clicks, but now he's out of mana. He's going to turn around and fight, but with the wand, with the Vanguard, I think he's going to be fine. Good Shackle shot. I think they just blocked off the escape path for the Stormstorm. Stormstorm is going to go down, and good block from Angel. Angel playing really well as Anti-Mage. I mean, Anti-Mage, like I said, high mid-game DPS here. I think the tower went down the Scourge. Yeah, it did. So I guess Scourge got what they wanted, but I'm not too sure whether that was a fair victory, because they lost a lot of heroes in that exchange. Anti-Mage and the Windrunner pick up the good bulk of the EXP and the kills, so I think Sentinel was ahead after that fight. So score is 12-15. Anti-Mage picks up a haste screen. Let's see if we make anything happen. No, he's going to just farm up top. And checking out the CS on the Morphling, yeah, the Morphling has been, I mean, the Scourge has been playing 4v5, so the Morphling is getting free farm, and he's close to 100. If you hit 100 before 20-minute mark, you're doing very good. And it looks like he might be just going for the 820 build. I don't think he's going to get a Yasha right now, although Yasha wouldn't be bad at all against the Anti-Mage. Especially if he's trying to focus you right now, you could just pop your, whatchamacallit, plop your Manta, and you should be fine. Looks like they're gonna get a gang on AAA goes down. Visage, great block from Kuhn. And is that a block? Yeah, well, Anti-Mage's doing that right click. Great kills from the Sentinel. They are 5 people at top. They got the 2 kills, and I think they are gonna go. They want the tower, and they are gonna get the tower with the 5. I don't think the Scourge is gonna try to defend it right now. And what Scourge need to do right now is try to get another tower pushed down, but they can't because the creeps are not really in their favor. So they basically just gave up 2 free kills and a tower. So I think Sentinel is coming back. At the beginning, I think at the beginning it was like 6-12, but now it's 14-15. So they suddenly caught up. And this Anti-Mage, let's see what item he's going to be going next. He does have 3100, so he might be going for a straight butterfly. Nebula's favorite item on the Anti-Mage is going to be that Ethereal Blade, because he plays him like a nuker. You nuke with the Ethereal Blade and then you use your Mana Void. That will basically one-shot a hero such as Stormstrid or any hero with like really high mana pool. And I suppose that's okay. He looks like he might be getting the Eagle Horn at least, but I don't know whether that Eagle Horn is going to be transitioning into a Butterfly, which is the more common item. So we see Initiation on Shaker. Looks like the Stormstrid has picked him off, and he is going to be going that BKB. Again, the BKB won't help you against the right click of the Anti-Mage, and they are going to go for Vice. Vice is taking so much damage. Clock hooks in just for the assurance. I don't think that it was even needed at all. He was surrounded by 3 or 4 heroes, and let's see if they could transition into a push here. No, looks like they're going to back up. Anti-Mage quite low HP. Yeah, and he has 3700 gold. I don't know whether he's just saving for a big item or he's just saving the money in general, so he could just come out and surprise your opponent with a big item like a Manta Sow or something like that. And again, the Morphling has been farming. It looks like both team has been paying the Morphling. They're like, dude, we need to gank this Morphling. And if I'm a shift right now, I would be a little bit afraid of the Morphling as well, because he's been playing that game solo. He's doing a great job controlling the creep equilibrium so that it doesn't go to the enemy territory, and he's just having a field day CSing his balls off. Light of Heaven, by the way, 0.4 AB days, was a core carry CS ping player on VP. So I mean, he knows how to CS, and he's showing it right now. Looks like Stormstorm very aggressive, and he pops the DD damage. Now when you have the DD on and you pop your BKB, it will cancel it. So you really need to be careful of what order they're popping in. I think the Sentinel does kind of suspect something, and they are staying far away from their own jungle. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage at the top lane, and he can do this harassing creep, not doing a good job for the AA, just making him take 3 hits. You can see at 3 hits, he's already at like orange health, and he lost quite a bit of mana. So, and you can he's gonna go Ultimate Orb, so I believe that is gonna be a Manta style. Although Hex is not out of question. I mean, Hex Anti-Mage is very strange indeed, non-standard, as they get a kill on the Visage, and the Rise gets a kill on the A as well. Ganking party of Sentinel just playing this absolutely brilliantly. They're like, well, we're not going to gank your Morphling, but we'll gank the rest of the team. And so far, ganking the rest of the team has been seemingly to working out so far. But I mean, Morphling is one of those most beastly late game carry. I'm not too sure whether they could just allow this Morphling to farm continuously. It might just be a strategic choice, or it might just be shooting themselves in the foot. We'll see, though. They are going to try to get a tower push going out. I don't think Morphling will allow this tower to be going down. He does have a teleportation throw, and look forward for him to TP back in. No, it looks like they're going to just give it up. I'm really surprised that the Scourge is giving up as many towers as they're doing. Are they thinking that, well, we have a late game hero, we have the Morphling, we have the Storm, we're pretty good at late game, so we're going to just allow the Sentinel to do whatever they want right now. In exchange, we'll get our Morphling very beastly farm, but I don't know. I'm not too sure whether that's a correct decision, though. Because Clockwork is going to go for... I'm not too sure. This could be Sage. I'm not even joking. Sage gives you a lot of HP. It's a Vanguard worth of HP, even a little bit more. Or it could be a... it could be Aga, though. If you're getting Aga, it's probably better to get the point booster first. Or it could just be a BKB. I'm not too sure whether BKB would be the best against this team. Of course, I don't think it even blocks through Venomancer. Oh, Venomancer, I believe is physical. Yeah. It doesn't do too much against the Storm Surge. Yeah, it doesn't do too much against the Storm Surge. It doesn't do anything against the Morphling. Morphling's gonna be right-clicking you, and it will do a little bit something against the, I guess, the familiars, the AAO, I suppose, but not too sure if you want a BKB just for that, though. Looks like, ooh, hook missing from Miguel. There's a smoke being attempted, but I think they just smoked right under the ward, so they're not gonna get any surprise gank going in. But still, this Morphling just free farming. Wow, it's very surprising. Shift has not made 0 ganks on that Morphling. I suppose you can't really gank the Morphling as easily because he has waveform, but you got an anti-mage. You can blink in. No, they're gonna do initiation on the Storm Surge, and that's where the BKB comes off. You could blink in, kill the Shaker, and he can't stun you at all. A BKB for Shaker might not be the best trade, but I don't think the fight is still over yet. No, the fight is kind of over. I suppose getting a kill on the Shaker is not bad. Again, this will delay the push from the Sentinel, giving yet more time to Morphling to farm. So Morphling, I mean, Light of Heaven's teammates, Garaj, is playing this game absolutely brilliantly. Like, just keeping the Sentinel back. You know, don't let them initiate on us. I don't know, like, they have a Clockwork, but we're just gonna have proper positioning and don't let the clock to hook in, and then we're gonna initiate with our BKB Storm. And so far it's been working out quite well. 17-17 is the score. Sentinel has definitely caught up, but this Storm Surge, once he has BKB, he can just go on a rampage. He is going to be going for this Windrunner. No, he sends a couple people. He needs to zip out. A swap goes in for the AAA, is going to get focused. Clockwork, oh, good force staff. He's going to make it out. He's not going to make it out alive, but now I think the Storm Surge needs to be careful. Storm Surge out of mana. He does have BKB, but he has no mana to use it. Venomancer kind of just wastes his ult. I wouldn't call it waste. I guess he probably scared the Sentinel back. But now, are they going to have someone back? And this is what... Well, you know, when the anti-mage goes in your lane, you could just replicate the anti-mage and just sick his own illusion on him. And there's nothing the anti-mage has no mana. He's trying to get burned a little bit off of the Morphling. Morphling has no mana as well. But, you know, anti-mage is just warded off away by his own illusion. Now is where you want to be a little bit careful as your Morphling, because you don't have enough mana for a TP or even a waveform, so you gotta stay a little bit back. He does have a couple of defensive wards to help him out, but you know, you never know if there's someone teleporting in here and smoking to gank you. And looks like we have a Shaker coming in. I think Shaker won't be enough. Yeah, he does have enough. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. A block comes in, but the Storm Surge is going to be coming in, though. Can he get a grip? Yeah, he is going to get a grip on the Shaker, and with the high DPS damage, Morphling Wave Swarm, and it looks like the Storm Surge might be in trouble. He has no mana, a single ult. Now, he pops a BKB trying to block the ult, and he is going to block the ult for now. Is Anti-Mage coming in? No, Anti-Mage does not have the mana for the ult anyways. It looks like Anti-Mage has gone for the Manta Style. Now, after the buff on the melee Manta Style, it's not that bad, because Mantis melee mirror image actually lasts for quite a long time, and since all your image mana burn, if you stick them on the Morphling, if you stick them on the Storm Surge, it's actually quite effective. But I'm not sure. Oh, a lot of ping going on. But I'm not too sure whether this is the best item, because I don't know what Angel is going to be doing this. Is he going to be carrying with this item, or is he going to be ganking with this item? So far, it looks like he's going to be trying to carry. But I'm not too sure. It looks like we are going to see a 820 build, a Yasha first, and then transitioning into the Scotty. And the Scotty is going to do so well against the Anti-Mage, because Anti-Mage, what he does well is high attack speed. But if you have a Co-Frost Orb on him, then he, you know, of course he's still going to attack relatively fast, but not at full attack speed. And for Anti-Mage, that is bread and butter. He wants to burn your mana as quick as possible. But there is not going to be the Manta Style, so it is going to help out a little bit, I suppose. It looks like a Sentinel has to spec a Roshan attempt. They do have the Clockwork. Clockwork cooldown is online, so they can just initiate and counter gank and do a Roshan Jack. But I think the site advantage is in favor of the Scourge, because they do have these Venomancer wars, which is it's just a pain in the ass to deal with. They take so much damage. They could counter ward just like this. They need to kill this. Where's Avenge? Shift! Cinderin! Kill that! Oh, the ward is gonna go down. That is unfortunate. But I guess that's the lane. Stormsurge zips in. He's gonna pop a Remnant over here, I think, which is going to give him a lot of sight. It looks like there's a warping drop down, but no, a lot of counter war. I'm not too sure that was the best war usage here. Yeah, the familiars and the plague war just going to give Garaj so much more sight. But Anti-Mage says, whatever, I'm going to just push your tower. And here is where the Mantis Style comes in handy in terms of pushes. They last forever, and then they do so much more damage as well. And now they're going to get this Spirit 2 tower. Are they going to initiate? Clockwork might be in trouble. AA Blast will hit. Stormsurge zips in and focus on Shaker. That is the correct choice. You want to pick off the Shaker. Shaker might be very low. He is going to get picked off for now. And now they're going to focus on the Windrunner. Windrunner needs to pop the Windrunner. No, focus on the Avenger. Good choice. And now they're going to chase a Windrunner. I don't know where the Anti-Mage is right now. Anti-Mage chasing the Stormsurge. And that's kind of what you want. Great juke from the... Oh, can Anti-Mage make it out alive? There is a slow, and he should have the blink, and he is going to be 5. Where is that Morphling, though? No, no, Morphling is over here, and that's where the Scotty finished. So I'm not too sure that was the best pushing attempt from the Sentinel. They knew that the Scourge team was nearby, and they kind of paid for it. Only Anti-Mage made it out alive, and I think that's going to give a free Aegis on the Scourge team as well. And I think right now, Light of Heaven looks like a little bit too stacked for them to kill. I mean, they can kill the can kill the Morphling once or twice. Or once, but I don't think you could kill him twice. Or maybe the Scourge is going to give the Aegis to a Stormsurge. That wouldn't be a bad choice at all, because Stormsurge right now, he does a great job. He zips in and kills a Shaker. But after that, because through the right click of the Anti-Mage, he can't really do too much of anything after. So having the Aegis will help him to do that in terms of being more effective. After that, no, they're going to give the Aegis to Morphling. I guess I suppose that's a safer choice. And now it starts to look a little grim for the Sentinel. And I'm not too sure whether, the decision of allowing the Morphling to farm is, maybe they were starting to regret it a little bit, because that Morphling just had absolute free farm. Anti-Mage is going to get pulled. Is he going to get pulled? Yeah, he is going to get pulled. A lot of damage is going to be done to the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is like, yo, where you at? I could just blink out. And the Anti-Mage is very tank. He has the Vanguard and the Mantis Style, so... But Stormsurge initiation, nothing to be a laugh at. And oh my god, the Replicate baited out a hook. Is it going to bait out an ult as well? And wow, baited out at least 3 or 4 ults. Or at least 2 ults from the Sentinel. So maybe Sentinel was feeling a little silly after that. And we'll see. 20-22 is the score so far. Creep check, 133 on Light of Heaven, 180 on the Morphling, 104 on the AA. So you could say that Scourge out farming the Sentinel for quite a bit. I mean, Sentinel definitely got caught. They definitely caught back up in terms of the hero kills, but I think that was more or less off the, I guess, the mistakes of Garaj. Garaj on some ganks kind of just got baited by a lone hero on the Sentinel, and then they had great counter gank. Cinderen's Venge has some pretty good swap in terms of initiating, allowing the Anti-Mage to get killed. Looks like we're going to have a Stormsurge zipping in for the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage might be in trouble. He needs to pop his Manta. It looks like he's going to try to blink out. He's going to get a TP out. There's no stuns. No stuns. Great recognition by Angel, realizing that, well, even though I'm being chased by Stormsurge, I could just TP after he uses Vortex. It looks like BKB, no, sorry, it looks like he's going to go for Hex, which I believe is a great choice. But again, this Mana Boots is, I mean, the Mana Boots definitely a lot more team-oriented, but I favor the extra int a little bit more. Mana Boots give you a lot more int, I believe. Got a lot more mana, I think. Let's see, each point of intelligence is 13 extra manas, and treads give you 8. So 8 times 13 is 104, whereas the Mana Boots give you, like, I think 200 extra mana? Something like that. Where's that Storm? 200 mana, 250 mana, so wow, that's a lot more mana. So I suppose that makes sense. Although the Stormsurge ult is based on a percentage of your total mana, so having more mana doesn't really help, like, directly for Ball Lightning. What it helps is, having your remnants in between, pulling in between and stuff. But generally it's a good idea to have higher int, because you're going to be you want to regen a lot of mana in a single battle, so you could extend your grappling and whatnot. So of course there's a good pros and cons of comparing int treads to the arcane boots, and arcane boots give you more immediate early game mana and great benefits there. Of course it's a little bit more team oriented, but the treads give you intelligence, which is going to help out. Let's say if you have hex, extra intelligence is going to help you regen faster in the mana. So both item has its own pros and cons. And after doing that little bit of analysis, I may favor the mana boots a little bit more. It's definitely not a bad choice. Let's see what anti-mage is going to be farming up next. He does have yet another 3.4k go in the bank. Butterfly wouldn't be out of the question. I think that he is going to be his choice. And Butterfly is going to just make anti-mage such an effective hero. Again, anti-mage, he relies on attack speed so much. So that is plus 30 agility. And each point of agility gives you a single point of attack speed, and also it gives you 30% extra attack speed. So that's 60 points of extra attack speed, and that is going to make anti-mage attack so very quickly. Although I still favor the Ethereal Blade a little bit, especially against these very squishy lineup. If you EB and just ult, and if they're clumped, then you could just do some sick one-man wombo combo. Although I have never seen a single professional player do this, so at least not in a serious game. I'm sure some player have done it in like EEDL or something like that, but never in like a team clan match or anything like that. Morphling item check. Morphling has 200 creep kills in 33 minutes. That is around 6, 7. It's around there. He is having a whole bunch of creep kills. He has, let's see, he's only got a 1k go in the bank, so he has something. No big item team fight going on. I'm sorry for missing the start of it. And Storm's Thread doing his thing. That is what you need to do. Isolate the Shaker. Oh, Shaker! Well, I'm not too sure what that Storm was doing, and it looks like great clock move, and that is going to get a ult in from the Shaker as well. I think that was a little bit of misplay from the Stormster and the Scourge team, and I think he just ran out of mana. He still does have a couple of mana. Can they get the chain slam going? He is going to be fine. But meanwhile, Light of Heaven comes in with the DD damage. He is going to clean up. And wow, Light of Heaven being at the right place at the right time. He's going to be trying to chase that Windrunner. Windrunner, can he make it out right? He does have to replicate, and they do have a whole bunch of things after him. He has the Windrun, so he should be okay. All they need is a single Gale. Morphling comes in for one slow attack, and I believe that, Rise is going to go down. Light of Heaven just got an ultra kill in that team fight. He has a Manta style finish as well. It looks like Anti-Mage might be trying to get a kill, but that slope orb effect. Oh no, this is worse effective. Give me that ult. No, double damage from the Morphling. Not turning around for a single second. Hook is gonna come in and get a kill there, but that was not the best because he had the Aegis, so he's like fine. I'm fine trading a kill for your carry with my Aegis, and that is going to slow down whatever the anti-mage is going to be going. And I think Ethereal Blade, again, in this case, not only can you nuke really hard, you can also, if you prop the Ethereal on the Morphling, he can't attack. So, that's like, in that last team fight, of course, the DD rune definitely helped out, but the Morphling hurts really badly. So we'll see though. Let's see how Clock's doing. Clock's item set, he has gone for a Vanguard and still has kept that Ogre Axe. I'm still very curious what that Ogre Axe is, what that was meant for. And as a Shaker, I just feel bad for the Shaker because every single fight the Stormster is just isolating him, and that's what you need to do. You don't want him to cast out those big AoE spells, because if he drops a Fissure, your initiation is kind of just kind of ruined. But if you just BKB and grab him and try to do as much damage as possible, so your teammate, or maybe you could just kill him in a second or two, then you should be very good. What the Shaker needs to do right now, I think he's trying to farm up a Blink Dagger, and let's see how much go he has. Shaker has 600 gold. I don't think he's going to farm it anytime soon. And I think as Shaker, in this case, if you know that your opponent is just specifically targeting you, I think you should just like forget the dagger, just go tank up, get a Cloak of Defiance, get a or Planeswalker Cloak, get a couple of bracers, and be like, well, Stormster, come get me, bro. I'll let you come get me. But you're going to waste a lot of time doing so. You could waste all your mana. You could waste a lot of time. Just force the Stormster to feel like, well, maybe this is not the best choice to focus on the Shaker because he has so much HP. I think that is probably the correct response. Let's see what he's going to be doing, though. No, he's not picking up any item just yet. We're going to see a Smoke Gank coming in. Again, Smoke Gank is going to be somewhat good against the Scourge team, but Scourge a lot of sight. And it looks like they are going to find a Clockwork. Clockwork gets... Oh, I'm not sure that was the best swap, though. They are going to focus the Vice before he casts any spell. Stormster zips in, but he pops the BKB, but those right-click on the Anti-Mage is going to just scare him away. Can they do anything? Do they have a swap? No, they don't have a swap. Hex goes on the Anti-Mage, and now they need to focus around. Meanwhile, the Morphling... Where's the Morphling, though? Morphling is not doing too much of anything. Morphling... Where you at? The Morphling died? Yo, Morphling died. I suppose that clock initiation from Miguel just got him isolated. AA goes down in a heartbeat. Wow, the Sentinel off a good team fight, and they might be getting the mid-racks. No buyback on the Morphling. Yeah, no buyback on the Morphling. 3 heroes down, and this team pushes very, very well. I mean, Anti-Mage already have the Manta Style. So once he pops it, the buildings will just go down. Good micro from Mendes trying to delay this as long as possible. But the tower is already half HP. Yeah, they're gonna just pick down the Spirit Tower and just go for the rack. Stormster zips in. Let's see if he can get anything done. No. Oh no. Stormster very, very low mana. He is gonna take a stun, but I don't think the Sentinel even care. They are just gonna bring off this mid racks, and I believe that's the game. Stormster. Oh, great ult from the Shaker. I was like, you don't need the dagger, but he's like, Luminous, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. That Shaker, oh, just pick off the Stormster, and that meant they're going to get yet another Rax. Yeah, I think the Sentinel can get another Rax if they want to. No, they're going to just play a little bit safe and just turn back. Now, Anti-Mage has yet another 3k go in the bank. He is going to get his butterfly finish. Meanwhile, Clockwork also has 3k. I think that last team fight where Miguel just hooked in, I focused most of my attention on the Visage. I guess what happened next was that the Morphling just got focused down so quickly. I'm not too sure if Light of Heaven was not able to kind of morph to strength before he died or something, but I'm not too sure how he died so quickly. It was just very, very surprising. But now with the Anti-Mage very, very stacked, I mean, if your Anti-Mage is keeping up in terms of farm against a Morphling, then I suppose you could kind of match him in the mid game. But mark my word on it, the Morphling is going to carry Anti-Mage in the very, very late stage of the game. But right now, I think Anti-Mage does quite well against the Morphling, and that's where the Mana Burn comes in. The Anti-Mage still hasn't bought anything yet. Maybe, is he a little bit worried about a big push and he would die or something like that? I don't think he needs to worry about that, because I don't think like the Scourge can really do too much of anything. Although they have very good Team 5 capability. They could have the Storm zip in, the Morphling go in as well. And I'm not too sure whether this is going to be Ethereal Blade, or I think a little bit more likely it's going to be Butterfly. You want to have a Butterfly to match up against the Anti-Mage. If you guys are in a 1v1, you know, big carry team fight, and if he's dodging your attacks and you're not dodging his, yeah, that fight is not going to go well. So Butterfly wouldn't be a bad choice. Again, Ethereal Blade wouldn't be a bad choice either, because if Anti-Mage is right-clicking on someone, or even a teammate, you could just pop it off against him, and it's going to be fine. Looks like we're going to have yet another smoke engagement. And are they going to find anything? They will see. All these guys are mid lane. Can Miguel initiate with a good hook? They are on the back ramp. Venomancer. Oh no, the Morphling. Look at his HP dying so quickly. He's already out of mana. I'm not even paying attention. Yeah, the Morphling out of mana just melts to the Anti-Mage. You can see Anti-Mage so effective against the Morphling. If the Morphling decides to fight against you, that's why I was saying you want to have a Ghost Staff. And I think Stormster might be going. Yeah, Stormster out of mana. He was able to zip it up, and that is going to be his death. Raped by Angel is really doing the raping, and that was the entire team wipe. Can you believe a free farming Morphling being raped by Angel? Wow, like, I mean, like, it's no pun intended. Like, he put this tag on. Was like, I know you're gonna free farm, but I don't care. Very good. Like, and you know, that last time I was like, well, you know, Anti-Mage kind of does well against Morphling. I think I got a couple of comments like, no, Numas, what are you smoking? And this game, like, it shows it. You saw that? Man, that Morphling mana just went down, and it was just a GG from Scourge. So, wow. This was an exciting game. 31-29 in 40 minutes. In the early game stage, very good ganks from the Stormster and Garaj. They played relatively well. But mid-game, it was that Shaker, it was Cinderen's Venge. That was just absolutely everywhere. They're getting those gank off. And I think it was those two support that won them the game. I think Rise wasn't doing too hot. The Triling mid wasn't doing hot at all. And the Clockwork did really well. Of course, Miguel's Clockwork in the mid game I think they got the first kill on the Morphling, and that snowball into the rack. So I think all the support players play extremely well on the Sentinel. And of course, I'm not taking any credit from Angel, who did the actual carrying. But I mean, no offense to Angel, but what else do you do with anti-mage other than blink, right click, and ult, right? Of course, he has very good selection on the ult. I think there was one fight where where AA just went down at like 4 HP through that ult, but you know, yeah, he played relatively well. I like his item choice. It was a kind of very standard item. You know, Vanguard, Treads, and Manta, and then Butterfly. As cookie cutter as it gets. But I was hoping for some EB action. And again, in this case, if you're the Morphling, I think EB might not be a bad choice because it really gets a focus on you. And I think that that Morphling was a little bit of overestimating his ability to fight against the anti-mage. But with 3 or 4 illusions, 3 or 4 anti-mage illusion, his HP just went down so fast. But critically, not the HP, but the mana. And because he has Scotty, because he had a lot of stats, that ult from the anti-mage just took the Morphling from like half HP down to 0. And Morphling is usually used to, well, you know, I'll keep fighting you until my health turns to red and I'll start morphing. But you're never gonna get there because the Morphling is gonna just get one pop at half HP by an ult from the anti-mage. So anti-mage being effective this game. Of course, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the most pretty game from the onset for Shift, but they carried it out really well. So hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Kind of a little bit different from the Chinese game, which I suppose is nice. In this game, we definitely saw the power of a mid-game DPS carry anti-mage. Again, I still believe anti-mage is not a late-game carry. Maybe a couple of you guys would disagree me on that, but I still believe, you know, Morphling should out-carry the anti-mage in the late game. But this is not late game. This is mid-game. Anti-mage winning it very thoroughly. So well played, Shift. And that's it. This is Luminous signing off. GG, guys.